When I first became a mom, I was trying to stuff my entire to-do list, plus work, plus cleaning, plus social media, plus exercise on top of being a mom. And all that left me with was not accomplishing anything and feeling like I just couldn't get done what I needed to get done. And that was before I realized that I needed to switch from a to-do list to rhythms. So I ditched the to-do list and started focusing on daily rhythms and weekly priorities, and that changed how I do motherhood. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan, and these are all of the daily rhythms that I've been incorporating that just made what I get done each day feel so much better. I don't feel so overwhelmed or behind all the time. I'm just focused on like, these are my rhythms. My kids are starting to learn the rhythms. They know what comes next. That helps them excel. Plus I have my weekly priorities on these are what I'm trying to get done throughout the week. I don't throw anything on top of that unless I have the time. And that just helps me so much not feel like I'm constantly not getting done what I need to get done. I realize like, okay, it's really just these things. And if I get those done, I'm feeling good. So let's start with the daily priorities. I have a 2-year-old and a 3.5-month-old, and I know that my daughter, who's the 2-year-old, she loves having a slow morning. So once she gets up, we're not rushing downstairs trying to do stuff. I know that she needs some time to wake up and play. And so before she even wakes up, I'm doing my first rhythm, which is that I actually work part-time. I work 15 hours a week, which means I need to work 3 hours a day. Now, luckily, I can do those hours whenever I want to, other than one meeting a week. And so I get up at 6 o'clock before my kids get up, and I get done 2 to 2.5 hours of work before the day even begins. My daughter gets up somewhere between 8 and 9 usually, and so I get work done then. And then sometimes when she's playing, I'll actually continue to work a little bit if she's able to do it independently and get done almost all of my work. And that has been a game changer, because I used to rely on her nap time and then finish whatever it was at nighttime, and her naps were just all over the place. And now that we have another baby, he would be up and need me, and I just really couldn't rely on that nap time. And by saving it all for nighttime, that puts a lot of burden on my husband, because now he needs to come home from work at a certain time, he needs to help with the kids, he needs to put them down for bed, he needs to do dinner, like all these things so I can work. And that's not fair to him to spend a whole day working and then have to do all of that. So by getting it done in the morning, I can usually finish it off at her nap, plus have time for other things, and that's been a game changer. So my first rhythm is work before my daughter gets up, and then have a slow morning, either finish work while she's playing or just be really intentional with her while she's playing, ask how her sleep was, what she dreamt about. Then when she is ready to go, she'll usually tell me she's hungry. I get the diapers changed on both the baby and my toddler, and we head downstairs for breakfast. So luckily, she can independently play during this time, and my baby, usually I nurse him many times in the morning. He's usually up at like 5:36, so he's nursed and then sleeping while I'm working, and then I'll usually do one more round of nursing while my daughter's playing upstairs in our room. So he's usually good by the time we come downstairs, and I can put him on the play mat during this time. She can play and I can make breakfast. There's a few breakfasts that I rotate between for my daughter, and I'll let her pick. Usually it's either a yogurt bowl, toast, oatmeal, or a smoothie. So she'll tell me what she's kind of feeling. I'll make that. For myself, I kind of go through phases, but currently my breakfast is a little fruit bowl with some protein Catalina Crunch cereal on top and a slice of toast with almond butter. If I'm really hungry, a cheese stick, but usually that's it, and I'll make my coffee. And we've created this really fun rhythm around coffee where we kind of created a song. It's coffee time, coffee time, coffee, coffee, coffee time. And she has her own coffee maker. So I'll be like, oh, Bella, it's coffee time. And I'll go make my coffee, and she'll go to her little fake machine and she'll make herself a little coffee, and we'll do a cheers. And it's just like a really fun time around the coffee and breakfast. If I'm able to, I'll eat at the table with her. We'll say a prayer and we can kind of engage and talk during this time, or we'll do some lessons working on things like counting or the alphabet or colors. We'll do that while we eat together. If I have a lot going on, I don't have time to sit down, then I'll just kind of eat and usually pick up what I just made. If I do sit down at the table with her, then she'll go back to independently playing while I pick up. Good morning, it's breakfast time. Just got my fruit and little cereal bowl with some Catalina Crunch, and then I'm about to make my toast. And as I was singing and listening to my worship music, I realized I forgot to mention that something else I do in the morning as one of my rhythms is we play worship music in the house, and I don't let any music play in the house prior to her nap time. It's a way to create a peaceful atmosphere in this house, remind us why we're alive, why we're here, say thank you to God. It's an opportunity to talk to my daughter about all the things we're grateful for. And so that's another rhythm that we implement in the morning. Now, once this is all done, I'm usually needing to feed my baby again. And so while I nurse him, she'll come over on the couch with me, and this is when I usually do my Bible reading. So if she wants to be with me when I'm doing my Bible reading, I'll either be like, do you want me to read it aloud or do you want me to read it in my head? And sometimes she wants me to read it aloud. Sometimes she'd rather just like cuddle in with us and I'll read it in my head. But I have found Minnow, I'm sure you guys have heard if you're a Christian family, but they do a lot of Christian content for kids, and we're basically a no screen time family. The only time we really allow screen time is if the kids are sick. I did allow it short term when I first had the baby to kind of help her transition with nursing. But other than that, we really just do it if they're sick. And then I'll do a little bit with Minnow with teaching her Bible lessons, and I'll kind of correspond it to what I'm reading. So she's still on Jonah, even though I read Jonah a little bit ago, because she loves that video. And so she hasn't been, I'm in the Chronicles right now, and she hasn't been as interested in learning about the Kings or David, but she loves the story of Jonah. So I've been just watching their video on Minnow. It's only 5 minutes long, and we've been really having great conversations through that because I'll pause it throughout the video and ask questions. So like the video starts with, Jonah was a prophet. What's a prophet? And we'll discuss what a prophet is, and we'll discuss forgiveness and all these things that are in the story. Who's Jonah?
Prophet.
Nice, Bella. High five. What's a prophet?
Jesus.
No, we just said it, remember? A prophet delivers
Mentor
for
God.
What did Jonah do?
Pray for God.
Yay! It's been a really sweet time because if you watched my earlier vlogs when I first had a baby, that was kind of a chaotic time for me and I had to put on the TV. Now it's a time where we can read the Bible and talk about God while nursing my baby and having some nice cuddle sessions. Now once we're done with this, I usually try to focus on cleaning in the morning. So I'll usually throw in a load of laundry, fold any laundry that needs to be done, and either pick up downstairs, or if it's not too messy, because I do try to clean the night before, I'll do some more deep cleaning chores that can be done downstairs. Around this time, it's kind of give or take on how my daughter's doing. She's either helping me with the cleaning, she loves to help, and we got our toddler ladder a couple months ago, and so she loves to get up and help me with the dishes and all of that, or she might just independently play, or she might run into being tired around this time. She does nap somewhere between 11 and 2. It's kind of a wide range. If she didn't sleep great, you know, she might be on the earlier side. She's also teething and getting her molars in. Or if she's doing really well, this might extend closer to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'll try to get that done, and if she is a little needier and wants more one-on-one attention and isn't wanting to independently play as much, we'll usually do a lot of books. In the beginning, God made a beautiful world. He filled it with colorful fish and birds. He made huge tutus and tall giraffes. He made you and me to be his friends. And shepherds. And a lot of lessons. As I mentioned, we have been working on numbers, alphabet, working on, can you identify, like this is one item, this is two, versus just memorizing how to count. Working on shapes, she can now identify like this shape goes with this one in a basket. We have like that picnic basket with the shapes, but learning like why, like this is a circle, there's no edges, you know, things like that. So we're really working on lessons, books, and just hanging out and cuddling. So my baby will nap 30 minutes for most of his naps. He takes a 3-hour nap, usually between like 11 and 2, I would say, which is around the time her nap falls. So most of the time I'm able to have him in his bassinet sleeping while I put her down, which has been very helpful. But sometimes I do have to take him with me, and I have a lounger in her room that I can put him in, or if he's needy, you know, I'll nurse him, hold him, whatever's needed. He'll read the books with me as I'm putting her down. Like right now, he's feeling a little needy, so he'll come in here with me. Yeah, I try to include him in everything. So, oh, you had a bird. That's what was going on. So for her nap routine, I'll bring her upstairs, brush her teeth, get her in an outfit if she's not already, get her diaper changed. She's not potty trained yet, so get her diaper changed, and then we'll read books before she goes to bed. So that's her routine. She goes down for her nap. While she's napping, she naps anywhere from like an hour and a half to 2 hours. That is when I will finish my work for the day and then get any other tasks that I can that I have on my list that need to get done. Sometimes that's when I'll do a workout, some deeper cleaning chores, or just some random miscellaneous things that need to get done. Now for the afternoon, she typically likes to play a little bit upstairs before we go downstairs for lunch. So that's when I'll focus on kind of the upstairs, doing a pickup upstairs, doing some of those deeper cleaning chores that need to get done upstairs. And then we'll come downstairs, I'll make lunch, clean up from lunch. And by that time, it's usually 4. We have a really late lunch. Around this time, it's 4 o'clock. And that's when I'll either like play with my kids some more, maybe get one task done. You know, I have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old. So these are all the rhythms I'm trying to incorporate. Things don't always go to plan. Sometimes things are needed, or they just want more attention that day. They want more time together. And sometimes I'm just on the couch cuddling with them most of the day and I'm not getting these rhythms done. But these are the rhythms that I try to incorporate, try to go about my day. 5 p.m., that's when I get dinner going so that it is done by the time my husband comes home. We'll have dinner together as a family, and then maybe a little bit of playtime, but around 7 to 8, somewhere between 7 and 8, that is when we'll get my daughter down, and my husband typically does that. I'll do a bath. We do a bath every other day, so if it's bath night, I'll do the bath. We got these crayons that can be erased in the tub, so even if it's not a bath day, she wants to go in and play sometimes. And then we'll do her diaper, read books, PJs, same thing as the nap time routine. Around that time, my baby's usually cluster feeding a lot, and so that's when I'll spend my time in my Bible and just really do that more like deep dive that I don't have time throughout the day. I do try to read a chapter in the morning, like I said, with my daughter, but I'll do the rest as I'm nursing towards the end of the day. By the time my husband puts her down for bed, we spend maybe an hour together before bed, and then we're in bed somewhere between 10 and 11 is our goal. So those are kind of the daily rhythms that are currently happening. A couple of things on the daily rhythms that I try to implement, but I do a bad job. One is getting ready. I am one of those moms where I'm in sweatpants most days. The only reason I'm even in a dress right now is it's a Sunday and we came from church. My daughter's napping. Normally I am in sweatpants, I'm in a sweatshirt, my hair is in a bun on top of my head. I'm like that in many of my videos if you have seen them. I would love to be able to get ready a little more, have just a little more put together, a little makeup, brush my teeth before I come downstairs, just some basic getting ready things. And alternatively, at the end of the day, I always try to do a shower because it's just too much to do a shower in the morning, and especially with the 2 kids, I'm not gonna leave them by themselves. So I'm a night shower, so that's also something I'll always do before I go to bed. Usually when my husband's putting my daughter down, if I'm done nursing and he's sleeping, I'll do that. Otherwise, once he's in bed sleeping, I will go take a shower. And then I try to do a closing shift where I pick up everything downstairs. I have baskets everywhere to try to make it a seamless experience where I can get all the toys picked up in 10-15 minutes, and then cleaning up all the dishes from dinner. That one's hit or miss depending on how much he needs to nurse. He does nurse a lot at nighttime, so that just depends, but I try to get as much as I can done so that the next day when I'm doing the pickup, I'm not spending all morning or afternoon picking up, and I can get to those more deeper cleaning chores. I'll dive into my weekly priorities next. Right now, my weekly priorities are I'm trying to get 1 long form video up a week for you guys, plus a short. That's new. I was rotating 1 long form and 1 short a week, every other week. But now I'm gonna try to start doing 1 short and a long form each week, or at least a long form if nothing else. Plus I post on Instagram and TikTok once a week, so if you guys don't follow me on there, it's always in the description, so definitely check that out. I try to do 3 deep cleaning a week. This is something that definitely I need to do more of, but it's just something that's really hard. If you guys have small kids, I feel like I spend so much time just on the pickup and it gets messy so fast. And because we eat 3 meals a day at home, I'm constantly in the kitchen doing dishes. So this one is definitely a challenge. So I'm trying to make it realistic and just do 3 deep cleaning chores a week. I am trying to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. So right now I'm trying to do 1 strength workout a week, plus either a walk, run, or pickleball game for like a second workout, plus a date with my husband. Now this does not always look like going out to eat, having babysitters for the kids, going out. It's just intentional one-on-one time with us where we're not with the kids, we're not just talking about the kids or things that need to get done, but just enjoying company with one another. Usually this happens at nighttime when they go to bed. Sometimes it's at 10 p.m. and I fall asleep 20 minutes into it. But we just try to be intentional at least one time a week of spending time with each other. And then with that, doing family time with the four of us. Now we spend a lot of times with both of our families and people from church, but sometimes we don't always prioritize just like the four of us doing something fun together. So that's something that I always try to prioritize. And that's really it for my weekly priorities. It's just exercise, YouTube/social media, and time with my husband and time with my kids. Those are like the priorities of things I'm trying to get done each week. Now, I am very fortunate. My parents watch my 2-year-old every Friday, and so that's when I get a lot of my social media stuff done. That's when I'm editing, I'm filming, getting the TikTok and Instagram up, usually on Tuesdays. So I post on TikTok on Tuesdays. So I'll get that posted because you can't schedule in advance, or at least I'm not aware of how. Plus, I usually do a strength workout during my daughter's nap on that day. I'm still trying to figure out the walk, run, pickleball game. So my parents do have a pickleball court in their neighborhood, and we go over there every other week for dinner. So I'm able to do pickleball once every other week when I'm at their house. Both of them play pickleball. I used to be so good at my walking and my running. I used to run twice a week, 3 to 4 miles each time. And I would go on like 3 walks a day and get 10,000 steps in a day. Those definitely would have been, if I made this video prior to having a baby, on my daily rhythms. And if you guys have watched me before, that's something I'm always showing. It's been a lot harder, not even because of him, but my toddler. It's very hot. We live in northern Florida. It's July, almost August, and she just gets hot. And as I said, she's a slow morning person. I'm working in the morning, so I can't just like get up early and go outside. And even if I did go at 8 or 9 when she's up, it's already pretty warm. So right now I'm just trying to go once a week, and that's also a newer one. Before I was just focusing on one strength workout a week, but I'm trying to incorporate a second one by doing a walk or run or pickleball game. So that's still new, still trying to figure that out. I'm thinking maybe on the Fridays my parents have my daughter and it's not a pickleball week. That's when I'll do the walk or run, because then I don't have to worry about her being hot and I can just go with him. But I still have to be cognizant of him getting overheated, and he can't have sunscreen yet, so still sorting that one out, but that's another one. Date nights we usually do on the weekend, and family time is usually on the weekend, so Saturday or Sunday for those. So that is it for everything I'm trying to implement on a day-to-day basis with the rhythms that I've implemented, and then the weekly priorities that I try to do in order to balance everything going on. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any rhythms that you do in your family or priorities that you try to get done, definitely leave them in the comments so we can all help each other out. And if you like this type of video, hit that subscribe button and leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!